Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're going to be breaking down the Warhammer 40,000 value inside of the new Battle Force box sets. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so we got 5 Christmas Battleforces coming for Warhammer 40,000. So today we're going to go through and just kind of give them like a general rating based on the MSRP value. We'll be breaking down the total savings over MSRP, getting a better idea as to which ones have the greatest value and which ones I am particularly interested in. So getting started here, we have the Adepta Sororitas Battle Force, the Penitent Crusader Host. So with this box set, you're going to get one character in the Priest for $35. You're going to get 2 Rhinos, which are $65 each. And then you're going to get 1 squad of the Arco-Flagellants, which are $60. And 1 squad of the Sisters Repentia, which are $60. And then 2 Penitent Engines, which are $62.50. So if we add all of that up, it's going to come out to a total MSRP of $347.50. And we are expecting these boxes to come out at the typical price point at $230. So in this case, you're going to save about $117.50, which isn't bad. It's roughly like a 30% savings over MSRP, which is fairly typical for these box sets. Definitely a little bit on the lower end, but I think you'll find that in general, this is around the savings that we're going to find in most of these box sets, with a couple being a little bit better. The Sisters of Battle are extremely popular right now. They're very good in the meta. Alright, and then moving on from there, we have the Hypercrypt Legion. So this box set is going to be for the Necrons. You're going to get 1 of the Void Dragon Catans, which is $127.50. You're going to get 1 Overlord, which is normally $40. You're going to get 1 squad of Praetorians for $60, a second squad of Praetorians for $60, and then 10 Warriors, which includes 3 Scarab Swarms for $52. And this one's going to come out to $339.50. So about $340 in MSRP in this box set. Again, expecting it to be priced around $230. You're going to save roughly 33% on this one as well. So not bad savings. Definitely nice to save any money over MSRP, but definitely not amazing on the value. So overall, this one's got decent value. It has decent composition. Next, we have the Tau Empire Battle Force, the Retaliation Cadre. So this one's going to start off with a Commander for $62.50. We're going to get 1 Riptide for $118, 1 Ghostkeel for $92, and 1 Broadside for $62.50. So again, right around that $335 in MSRP value, about 30% savings over MSRP, so not bad. Composition wise, I think this is one of the best boxes. The majority of people playing Tau are going to be using quite a few suits. You almost always see at least 1 Riptide, 1 Commander, and 1 Ghostkeel in every army, regardless of which detachment you're using. Broadsides are a fairly popular choice. They're pretty good for tank busting. And I think overall this one is a pretty awesome composition. It's right in line with the typical value that we see inside these box sets. And I think the suits are by far the most appealing or like popular part of the Tau Empire faction. So I think composition wise, this one's pretty great. We also have a really nice combat patrol that would go alongside this nicely, giving you a little bit more of the actual like chaff or troops, another commander. And realistically, I think this is a great box. And I think this box set will be extremely popular, as anytime you can get a Riptide or a Ghostkeel with a nice little discount attached, especially if you get both of them in one box set, I'd say that's a score. And out of all the boxes, I think realistically, this is one of the ones where you might see people after 2 of these. Because if you are looking to build a Tau Empire army, I could 100% see picking up 2 of these bad boys and having a nice starting point. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, CMO Games. CMO Games carries a full range of Games Workshop products, including miniatures, paint, terrain, tools, and more. They take pre-orders for most Games Workshop new releases as early as possible, usually 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. CMO Games offers 15% off of MSRP for most all Games Workshop products and offer fast free shipping to the continental United States on orders over $50. Most orders ship out within 24 hours. You know their customer service is top-notch, as they've been selling games online for over 20 years. Use the affiliate link below and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. Alright, and then next, moving over to the Space Marines, we have the Inner Circle Task Force. So while there's no generic Space Marine Battle Force this year, which would always be like an extremely good seller because it's the most popular faction, the Dark Angels are extremely popular right now. They're extremely good. I think this is a really nice box. So composition wise, you're going to get the Lion, which is $70. You're going to get a Terminator Chaplain, which is $44. A Deathwing Knight Squad for $70. Another Deathwing Knight Squad for $70. And then a squad of Inner Circle Companions for $60, and another squad of Companions for $60. So the MSRP value on this box set is $374. So the best savings over MSRP, the best actual value inside of a box set. And then composition wise, I think this one is basically the best in composition. Most people are running 2 squads of Deathwing Knights, 1 6-man squad of Inner Circle Companions. We often see the Chaplains and Terminator armor taken, typically not in the most competitive lists, and very often we actually see the Lion included in competitive lists for Dark Angels as well. Maybe not the absolute top tier competitive lists, but oftentimes we'll see Dark Angels armies going undefeated with all of these units inside, with the exception of maybe the Chaplain. So this one is a little bit closer to like 35 or 40% discount over MSRP. Composition wise, I think it's the absolute best box set. It goes along really nicely with anybody getting started in a Space Marine army, as all of the units are going to be something that you're most likely going to be willing to include in your army or looking to include in your army. It's awesome because it has a centerpiece model in Lionel Johnson. And overall, I think this is the best of the box sets this year, based on all of these metrics. And last but not least, we have the Imperial Knights Battle Force, the Valourstrike Lance. So again, I think this is a really nice box set. You're going to get 1 big knight and then 4 of the armigers. The Knight Paladin is $179, 2 armigers for $94.50, and then 2 more armigers for $94.50. So that being said, the total MSRP is $368. So right around that like 35% savings over MSRP. If you were building an Imperial Knights army, it's very likely that you're going to be taking all of these choices. And then also there's been some question as to what you would have to do to convert or use these as Chaos Knights. And you don't actually have to do anything at all. These are all the basic kits for Imperial Knights that can be used also in the Chaos Knights army. All of these are actual options on the datasheet cards for Chaos Knights. So while they're not going to have like all the extra spiky bits and cool little stuff, you could 100% buy this and start a Chaos Knights army right out of the box. But overall, this is a good starting point for an Imperial Knights army. In the past, we've seen this box set released and it was extremely popular. It sold out in record time and there was way more demand than there was supply. So Games Workshop has basically brought this box back and given people a second crack at it. I think this one is going to be extremely popular. Knights are a very popular faction. People love the big stompy robots, including myself. The fact that you can use this as Imperial Knights or Chaos Knights is going to mean there's even twice as much demand. And overall, I think this is going to be the second most popular box set, maybe even more popular than the Dark Angels box, which would put it at number 1. So that is our basic value breakdown for each of these box sets. Overall, I think Games Workshop did a pretty good job with these box sets this year. While there's definitely some changes that I personally would have made to some of them, I think overall these are some nice box sets. And then we're also going to be doing some follow-up videos for each of these factions, talking about whether or not you want to pick up 2 of these boxes. Would they go well alongside the Combat Patrol? Or if you were building out a full 2,000 point army, what else I personally would include? So let me know what you think of this year's Christmas boxes down below. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products. And make sure to tell them that Warhammer Man sent you. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man. And I am definitely looking forward to this year's Christmas Battleforces. And I'm out of here.